Today we are going to discuss about permutation and combination. Permutation. In mathematics, permutation and combination are two different ways of grouping of a set into subsets. So permutation refers to a mathematical calculation of the number of ways a particular set can be arranged. The elements of the subset are listed in a specific order. So permutation formula used to find the number of ways an object can be arranged without taking the order into consideration. So permutation can be done in two different ways, which are the two types of permutation. We have one is the permutation with repetition, and the second one is the permutation without repetition. So let's tackle first the permutation with repetition. This method is used when we are asked to make different choices each time and with different objects. So permutation with repetition means that we can select one item twice. So we have the formula for this permutation with repetition, which is PR with the exponent of PQR and sub n equals n factorial over P factorial multiplied by Q factorial multiplied by R factorial and so on, where n is the total number of objects, elements in a set. Where then P, Q, and R are the numbers of times we can select. Example, how many 8-digit numbers can be formed with 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, and 4? So sometimes we are given a problem in which the identical items of type 1, 2, and 3 are repeated with P, Q, R respectively, with so on. The question is that, what should we do in this case? The item are repeated, this one. We use this formula. So, in this example, the order of element matters. The order of, and digits are repeated. So, we will substitute the given in where the total number of elements is equal to 8 because the elements here are 8. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the P here, which is, let's assign this 2 as our P. We have 1, 2, 3, so we have 3P. Then Q, let's assign as our number 3. Then 1, 2, 3, so we have 3 also. Then the R, which is our, the 4 is 1, 2, so we have 2. Then therefore, with the use of this formula, we will substitute the above values in the formula below. And by simply solve the factorial of 8, 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which is 40,320. So the factorial also for the 3 is 3 times 2 times 1. Then this 3 also is 3 times 2 times 1. And the number 2 is 2 times 1. 3 times 2 times 1 is equals to 6. So 6 times 6 equals 36. Then 2, the factorial of 2 is 2 times 1. So we have 2. So 6 times 6 equals 36 times 2 is equal to 72. So we gather this 40,320 over 72 from here. And then the result of this is 560. Therefore, we can form 560 numbers of 8-digit numbers with 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, and 4 as our elements. So next, we have to tackle also the second type, which is the permutation without repetition. So it is when the elements of a set cannot be repeated. So it is when you can choose again the element that was previously chosen. So our formula is n p with sub r is equal to open parenthesis n factorial close parenthesis over open parenthesis n minus r close parenthesis factorial. So with this formula where p open parenthesis n and r close is our number of permutations, which also called NPR. So our n here is the number of elements in the set, and r is our number of elements you choose from the set. So with this formula, for example, we have number 1. Imagine we've got a set of 10 different elements and we want to choose 5 of them. In how many different ways can we get the set of 5 elements? So we have given n number of elements in a set is equal to 10 dahil 10 daw ka-different elements. So our R here, which is the number of elements you can choose, is 5 because according to the question, we want to choose 5 of them. So let's assign our R 5. So therefore, from our formula, let's substitute n factorial, or n is 10. So factorial of 10 over n minus r. Our r here is 5. So our n is 10 minus r, which is 5, is 10 factorial. Answer is 362, 3,628,800, while 5 factorial is equal to 120. So with a set of 10 elements and choosing 5 of them, we can get these 30,240 different permutations without repetition. So another topic is about combination. So when we say combination, it is a mathematical technique that determines the number of possible arrangements in a collection of items where the order of the selection does not matter. In combinations, you can select the items in any order. So, like the permutation, combination also can be done into different ways, which are the two types of the combination. The first one is the combination with repetition. And the second one is combination without repetition. So pare-pareho lang sila sa permutation. Kung ang permutation na asad siya ay repetition, ang combination din ay meron din pong repetition and without repetition. So let's tackle first the combination with repetition. So this one is the order does not matter. So repetitions are allowed. So pwede siya magbalik-balik. The elements can be selected multiple times. So we have our formula here. C open parenthesis nr is equal to open parenthesis r plus n minus 1 close factorial over r factorial open parenthesis n minus 1 close parenthesis factorial. So where n is our total number of elements in the set. Then the r is number of elements that can be selected from a set. So for example, we have here, there are 5 colored balls in a pool. All balls are of different colors. In how many ways daw can we choose 4 pool balls? So given we have n here is the 5, which is our the total number of elements in a set. Kay naa daw siya 5 ka colored balls in a pool. So our R here is the number of elements you can choose, which is number 4. So therefore, with the use of our formula, let's substitute. Substitute again ta. So, ang atong R, from our formula C, N, R. So, ang N here is 5. So, C, 5. And R is 4. So, C, open parentheses, 5 and 4. So, equals R is 4. Here, 4. Then, plus N is 5. So, 5 minus 1 factorial over R is 4. Then, factorial, open parenthesis, is Rn is 5. Then, minus 1, close parenthesis, factorial. So, C, open parenthesis, 5, 4 is equal to 8. Kay 4 plus 5 is 9 minus 1 is 8 factorial over 4 factorial, 5 minus 1 is 4. So, 4 factorial multiplied by 4 factorial. So, next is 8 factorial with the total of 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 is equal to 40,320. So 4 factorial is equal to 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, and 4 factorial, same lang siya ang answer, then multiply nimo siya with 576 as our answer. Then let's divide 40,322 by 576. So the answer is 70. So there are 70 ways we can choose 4 balls among the 5 color balls in a pool. So hence, the pool balls can be selected in 70 different ways. So next, the second type in combination is the combination without repetition. So this is also called a simple combination or simply a combination. The order of selection does not matter. The same objects selected in different orders are regarded as the same combination. So each object can be selected only once. So with the formula, C and R is equal to N factorial over R factorial, close open parentheses, N minus R factorial. So with this formula where C and R is the number of combination without repetition, then N is our total number of elements in a set. So R is the number of elements that can be selected from a set. So for example, calculating the number of combinations without repetition from 4 numbers out of the decimal system, numbers from 0 to 9. So given our N, which is the total number of elements in a set, is 10. Kay numbers from 0 to 9 is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 10 silang lahat. For R here, which is our number of elements you can choose, is 4. From our question, repetition from 4 numbers. So therefore, from our given, we can substitute now to our formula, which is 10. Our n is 10, so 10 factorial over r factorial. R is 4, so 4 factorial. Close and open parentheses, our n is 10 minus 4 factorial. So substitute 10 factorial, which is our n10, factorial, 4 factorial, which is our r factorial, then 10 is our n, then minus r, 4. So, ang may bilin ani is 6 na lang. So, 10 factorial over 4 factorial multiplied by 6 factorial. So 10 factorial is equal to 3,628,800. Tapos 4 factorial is equal to 24. 6 factorial multiplied by 6 factorial, our 6 factorial is equal to 720. So 720 times 24 is equal to 17,280. Then ang 3,628,800 divided by 17,280 is equal to 210. So our 210 here is our combinations without repetition. So the answer is 210. The difference between combination and permutation is that combination is the counting of selections that we make from n objects, whereas permutation is counting the number of arrangement from n objects. So this is the end of my discussions. I hope you learned more on my topic. Thank you.